put South Africans first in terms of the economy. We are reliant on borrowing and we are reliant on foreign direct investment. When they come here to invest, they give you conditions that suit them, that do not suit us, which is why we have such a high rising unemployment of young people. So how will you grow this economy? Sankara says Africa is not developing because Africans are not mad enough. Well, I'm looking at you. I don't think we are mad enough to deliver the growth of this economy. Your 2 terms have not assured me that you will, because you refuse to decouple yourself from neoliberalism. You still want to believe in macroeconomics. Like we are told now that the GDP is growing, actually amongst its highest. We are told inflation is steady, actually amongst its lowest. See, the dilemma of a macroeconomic economy, which is a neoliberal economy, is that it works for multinational corporations, not for the poor. Because despite that GDP and that inflation, the cost of living is high and it's escalating. Lord, in your tenure, Mr. President, you have managed to do the impossible. You shut down Vilakazi Street. It's a ghost town. Township economy is at a grinding halt. People don't have money. So these small and medium businesses are dying at the expense of transnational corporations. How are you going to grow the economy when you are championing a neoliberal agenda? The two don't mix. Look at the fiscal policy that we champion. Sure, see the contradictions. That's the law of neoliberalism. It is riddled with contradictions for the poor. We are told that our personal income tax system is one of the most progressive ones in the world. But it relies on regressive taxation. Regressive taxation are taxes that continue to tax the poor more while the rich are getting richer. Like VAT, like fuel levy, taxing alcohol, taxing cigarettes. The people are so poor, you are punishing them for the little comfort they are trying to get. Taxing sugar. While multinationals are doing what? Tax evasion. They are transferring their profits abroad without us taxing them adequately. They are price misinvoicing. We are not building the SARS structure that taxes corporates adequately. We are focusing on building the SARS structure that's taxing individuals. So to work in South Africa is a crime because you bear the brunt of taxation. We lose annually, Mr. President, from illicit financial flows. This loose corporate tax system we are running, an estimate of at least 100 billion rands. And that's in the cigarette industry. Only, I'm not talking the other areas. Imagine if we halved that, how much difference it would make in the tax brackets of ordinary people. We will lower taxation. You want MK to confirm this budget? Talk to us about lowering taxation of individuals. Talk to us about lowering personal income tax and taxing multinationals. Then we shall stand here and say, oh, the African in the African National Congress is alive. It has come back. So we'll support you. At the moment you are running a national Congress, the African is dead. So we can support this because we are standing for Africans. And then you tell us you are going to dismantle criminal syndicates. How? The criminal syndicates are in your house. How are you going to dismantle them? They are in your living room. How will you dismantle them? They are under the sofa. They are in the constitutional and the legal system. They are in the municipalities. They are in the police. I mean, in the defense force, whole caches of arms go missing. How are we running a defense force where people can just break in and steal weapons?
Order, honorable member.
How are we going to do
Honorable
that? So,
Chabalala.
for us,
Can you just take your seat? There's a member who wants to raise a point of order. Order. Honorable Chabalala, there's a seat here.
it's on the other side.
Okay, we will provide for the other seats. Honorable Nyai.
Honorable Speaker, I rise on Rule 85. The honorable member casts expression that in the House of the President there are criminals in it.
Honorable member, thank you very much. I've noted your point of order, but my understanding, and that can be checked, is that the you was in reference not to an individual, but generally. Honorable member, you can continue.
Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker. You know, these interruptions do not actually tamper with my trail of thought because it's not me speaking, it's ancestors. So let's continue. Mr. President, if you really want us as MK Party to support this budget, Africanize it. Get in touch with your Afrocentric side. I know you lost it long ago, but it's not a lost cause. You can still get it back. Gwaza mkhonto gwaza. Gwaza mkhonto gwaza. Vote MK Party, vote. Vote MK Party, vote. Amandla Progressive Alliance, Amandla.
Good evening. I need you to listen, to understand, and not to respond, right? Listen to understand, meaning you will listen until the end and then you sit back, digest it, and understand it before you can just respond. Okay? Because what I found is that I don't know why people think that I am easily shaken or easily moved by things that they say or write about me. Hey, Mtakadedi, maybe it's your first time coming across me or coming across my social media page and you think whatever you write or say is going to break me. Oh, shame on you. Mtakadedi, the reality is sticks and stones. There is nothing under the face of the sun that has not been written or said that is negative about me. So whatever you want to write, continue. Crayona Mtakadedi. Crayona. Ne? Now let me get straight into it. Listen to understand, not just to respond, right? Now, in Nigeria, right? I'm going to make examples of a few countries, African countries. In Nigeria, they have bandits who are eating human beings. They've got baby factories in Nigeria. They've got terrorists in Nigeria, right? Libya, in Libya, they're enslaving West Africans, right? I'm going to name but a few African countries so you understand what I'm saying and where I'm going with this. In Libya, they're enslaving West Africans, right? In Ghana, they are unaliving the LGBTQIA plus community. So you cannot live freely as part of the LGBTQIA plus in Ghana. They will unalive you, right? In Congo, they are decimated by the RSF, right? Ebola is ripping through the continent, right? 99% of Africans have no access to free healthcare, right? In African countries, we're sitting with governments that are stealing billions. Billions. Governments that are stealing billions, while its people are living in poverty. Are you hearing me? Some African countries or most have no functioning roads, no running water, no such. So why am I bringing this to your attention? I still stand by the fact that if you're a non-South African pastor, please subject yourself to investigation by the SIU, so they can start with you from in the beginning. How did you enter South Africa? what paper you came with. Did you come with visitor permit or holiday visa? What paper did you come with? And want to check how come you are having a church in South Africa? How come you are not taxed in South Africa? What is happening? Because from the SIU findings, it has found that most of these non-South African pastors who have churches in South Africa, they are using churches as a front. Churches as a front to peddle drugs, human trafficking, money laundering, all these gruesome things that are happening within their churches. We just saw now there's another chap, pastor from, is it Zimbabwe or Zambia, who has 3 different IDs. And yes, he was helped by the Home Affairs officials to get those IDs, whatever the case is, but he was able to get 500 million from City Power. And South Africa is now sitting with electricity interruptions, right? Now hear me properly. When I say we have pastors in South Africa, we do, I mean it. When I say African pastors, non-South African pastors, let me put it that way, non-South African pastors, please, why can't you go back to your countries? And the same thing you're doing in South Africa, where some of you will challenge me and say, but we are prophesying, we are a 5-fold ministry, we're giving to the poor and the needy. Why can't you do that in your countries? Because for South Africa to be cleaned up, let's go back and fix ourselves. There is no way you are a Nigerian pastor here in South Africa and you say God has called you to South Africa, and yet your own country, bandits are eating people. Terrorists are just having a field day in Nigeria. Baby factories in Nigeria. Don't you think as a Nigerian prophet or pastor or 5-fold minister, God could have showed you these things and you could have been the voice to your government, the voice to your leaders in your country, and you'll be able to either stop certain atrocities from happening, or you'll be able to guide on how to end them. I'm just asking. There's no way if you are a pastor from Libya and you're in South Africa and you say God has called you to South Africa, and yet in Libya, your people are enslaving West Africans. What are you saying? But you'll have a mouth to speak in South Africa and say South Africans are xenophobic, South Africans are this. What about your country? There's no way. There's no way. There is no way. You are a pastor here from Ghana and you're saying God called you to South Africa from Ghana, and yet your own government in Ghana is unaliving the LGBTQIA plus community, because if you are part of that community, it's not allowed. You are a pastor from Zimbabwe, you are here, you say God has called you here, but also in Zimbabwe, the LGBTQIA plus community cannot live freely because they will be imprisoned. It's not allowed, it's taboo. My only question is, sure, are you saying to me that God allowed for you to be born in that country, and then something pursued you out of that country, you came to South Africa, and now all your prophecies are about South Africa and you've neglected your own country? Seriously, is that what you're saying to me? I just want clarity, because why would God allow for you to be born in Congo, Libya, Zimbabwe, Nigeria, and then he makes you run away from the problems of that country? Were you not meant to be born there to be a solution for that country? That's my question. Are you not meant to be born there to be a solution for your birth country? Instead of turning around and saying South Africans are xenophobic, or let me say, instead of saying, yeah, this woman, she hates pastors, she's against pastors. No, I don't hate pastors. Far from it, I don't. Mine is just trying to put the maths together to make the maths. And right now the maths is not mathsing. To say The countries you were born in, you've left them, they're in abject poverty. The roads, no proper roads, no proper running water, lots of horrible things are happening there. But your God said, come to South Africa. And in South Africa, you're a billionaire or a zillionaire, and you're enriching yourself. And you're failing to go back to the country you were born in, to go and enrich your country, to go and give back to your country and say to your president and your leaders and your government, this is what God is saying for you in this time. This is what God is saying about our country this time. Don't use emotions to respond. Don't. Listen to understand. Are you really saying that to me? Because as for me, I'm really not bothered whether you call me whatever name you want to call me. If it's going to put food on your table, go ahead. Whatever you want to write about me, if it's going to put food on your table and make you sleep, go ahead. But the question still stands. Are you saying that your God, or the God that said come to South Africa, he's so cruel, ne? Because there's Boko Haram, bandits are eating people, terrorism is happening, enslavement of people, all these atrocities are happening in your country, but God is still saying stay in South Africa. Well, you're not born in that country so that you can be able to, the gift God gave you of being his mouthpiece and hearing from him, so that you can be able to empower, equip your leadership that side. What is so xenophobic about that? And that is why I say, if you're a non-South African pastor, truly, and truly, you think you are 100% and you've done no wrongdoings, subject yourself to the SIU investigation. Let them check how you came to the country. Because what we're finding is, we have our own pastors in South Africa, but our pastors in South Africa, shame, some of them maybe they are quiet because their churches are big, because maybe majority of the people in their churches are undocumented people, illegal people. So they don't want to speak much because they're going to lose membership. Some of them maybe don't want to talk because they were initiated into the things that you do. I mean, we've seen pastors from South Africa who told us how they had to travel the world, come back with a pig, bury it in the yard to make their churches get full. These are all shenanigans that they learned from countries outside of South Africa, and they came to one and implement them here in South Africa. So before you attack me, what I'm saying, maybe rewind, re-listen until you understand what I'm saying. We have pastors in South Africa. We've got the fivefold ministry in South Africa. We've got male pastors. We've got female pastors. We've got pastors who can prophesy. We've got pastors who can speak to God also, who are South African. Are you saying to me that the problems of your country are that big that the God you serve cannot solve them? That's why he pursued you out of a country for you to be here in South Africa. What is xenophobic about what I'm saying? What is xenophobic about what I'm saying? And what is so cruel about what I'm saying that will make you want to insult me and call me names? Look, as I said, if you want to insult me, call me names. Great. If it's going to put food on your table, great. If it will make you relevant, great. If it will make you sleep well at night, great. If it's going to give you more views, great. Continue. If it's the first time you come across this face, the first time you come across me, and then you're thinking, who is this one? Mamela, listen here, Mtagatedi, I'm not bothered by your opinion about me. Because your opinion about me does not control the price of rice in South Africa. And it definitely will not help me sleep better at night. But my question still stands. Why? Really? Why? So there's a young woman who made a video saying, non-South African pastors, you are now dabbling in darkness, because all your prophecies and everything you're praying towards and against South Africa is evil. It's demonic. Like, you are always prophesying negativity on us. And this young lady said, or this woman said, I shared her post, she said, South Africa is standing up now, and we're saying all those prayers, all those negative speeches from all these non-South African pastors who are against pure change and revival happening in South Africa. We're not going to tolerate it. You also say in the Bible that respect the rules and the laws of the land and you will prosper. So what rules and laws of South Africa are you respecting? Why? Because most of your churches are flourishing in South Africa because you've got majority of undocumented people in your churches. That is why SIU must go church per church. On a Sunday, while you're saying hallelujah, thank you Jesus, immigrations must be outside and check documentation. My question still stands. So God is cruel, ne? The God that you pray to is cruel. South Africa has able pastors. South Africa has the fivefold ministry. South Africa has prophets. I have never said shut down the church. People must listen to understand, not just to respond. I have never said shut down the church, no. Non-South African pastors, subject yourself to SIU investigation so we can see if you are here proper. Number 2, do introspection. Really, so much atrocities are happening in your countries, and you are in South Africa, the land of milk and honey. You are making billions and millions, and your country people are crying there, and then you say your God is just. No, come on. You can just as well swear me, make videos about me, speak whatever you want to speak about me. I actually don't care. I don't care. Secret, I don't care. But this is food for thought. Really. Baby factories in Nigeria, terrorism, bandits eating people, LGBTQIA is being killed, no roads, no water, enslavement is happening. And you are just here in South Africa living la vida loca, and the people in your country are suffering. You don't even have good roads, no good water, but you are coming here living the impoverished in your country. So are you trying to say to your people that the God that they worship in their country doesn't have sense? Because he allowed you to be born in your country, then pursued you out to come to South Africa, make your millions and your billions, and live a nice la vida loca lifestyle, and the people where you are born from are suffering. If you want to write negativity and swim into whatever, please go ahead. I actually don't mind. I hope you have listened to understand, not just to respond. Listen to understand, not just to respond. We do have pastors in South Africa. We do have abled pastors in South Africa. And if you have nothing to hide, subject yourself to SIU investigation as a non-South African pastor. And if indeed your God is fair and just, now go home. Go and prophesy to your president and your people in their country and sort out your country. Do better things there. Don't want to be living la vida loca here. And all of you have prophecy just for one country. All of your prophecy is just for South Africa only. As a Nigerian pastor here in South Africa, when was the last time you said, I have a prophecy for Nigeria? As a Congolese pastor in South Africa, when was the last time you said, I have a prophecy for Congo? As a Zambian pastor or a Zimbabwean pastor, when was the last time you ever said, I have a prophecy for Zimbabwe or for Zambia in your country? No. Me, I don't mind. You can say what you want. You can write what you want. No problem. These are my thoughts. This is what I see. This is what I think. And that is that. That is truth. We have pastors in South Africa. We've got the fivefold ministry in South Africa. And it's about time. South Africa is awake now. Our eyes are opened and we're saying, enough is enough is enough is enough. And we are fine. Thank you. Thank you.